EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
All right, come on.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
In motion right, Peoples-Jones.
Solo left Zion. Let's go.
First carry for Najee Harris. A little jerk and running with power here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Steelers at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now they've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Short throw to Smith. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And they run with Harris off the option. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. His last catch was number 1100. This one, 1101. Puts him even with 2013 Hall of Famer Chris Carter.
So it just tells you it doesn't matter whether you catch it with one hand, catch it with two hands. They count the same. And what a number he has put up in his career.
Taken in at the 22. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And drive number 1 for them was a punt. We'll see what drive number 2 holds here.
And oftentimes you think to yourself, okay, 2nd possession, let's go ahead and open things up. Let's get a little bit crazier on offense. Maybe it wasn't a matter of that. Maybe they just missed a block or 2, and maybe they had the right plays called. Sometimes it's just the execution. Let's see if they can execute a little bit better on this drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. You talk about this Washington defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Mooney, the motion man right. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 33. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd down and 6 now. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Commanders 15. Steelers nothing. Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. It's complete to Hopkins. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 6. And the Steelers 1st down.
Now Tua going to change the play.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He gets it complete to Harris. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Commanders 15, Steelers nothing.
And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Banks. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Banks. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Daron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They run again with Harris. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Well, 2 is going to change things up. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Muscles him off. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he's got some space here. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 23 yards on the play. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Harris running straight ahead. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
21G.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Short throw to Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Tua going to throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Tua, a final shot before half. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will cut the lead down to 15. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Steelers 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4. On third down, Banks airing it out deep for Woods. It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for Washington. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's a give up the middle. Wiggles free. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Woods. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 22-yard line.
Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. An option handoff given to Harris. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Here's Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Goes right back to Smith again. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. They're going to run it with Harris. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw on 2nd down, Banks. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
okay if I show my age a little bit, partner? Because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. On first down, Tagovailoa. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. Darnell Mooney. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Now they try the right side here. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
On second down, it's Abanikanda, and he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
You'll forgive me if I get excited about what we just saw there, won't you? I know I'm supposed to be neutral here, but those were terrific plays back-to-back defensively. They know what the mission is. They've got to force a punt here if they want to have a chance to win the game.
They absolutely do. Steps 1 and 2 done. Now they need this third step. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. 2 now on first down. It's brought in by Harris. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And they're going to speed things up here. Tua wants to throw it on second down. Forced out to his left. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. Now Tua signaling to change things up. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he stopped immediately there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. 12 yards between them and the end zone. 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Throwing Tua. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Touchdown, Washington! A very rare kickoff return on an onside kick. And the Commanders will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Tua. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies. It's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Now Tua. Pass complete to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Tua. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This is 1st and 10. Tagovailoa. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. Now 1st and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Tua. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Past the 20, 5, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Tua. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Tua to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quan Martin. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he will have a Commander's first down, and that should just about do it. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington, they're into the win column for the third time this year as they get the victory here. it.